swap slots. We got a lot of stuff going on. NFL season is pretty much it's around the corner. We got the schedule dropping. It just dropped an hour ago. So we're gonna cover this schedule. Got a couple of key pieces of news to cover. But y'all know how it goes, man. Use 2022 live on the scene. We here. Everybody, how y'all doing, man? We got a live cast of folks with me tonight. Of course, we got Vic Jr. We got Category 5. We got the first lady in the building. Let's just start with pleasantries. First lady, ladies first. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm just trying to survive, hang around. You know, do the regular stuff. Weatherman, I'm here for the forecast. Category 5, bro. How you doing? Hey, look. I got my first storm right here. I got to categorize right here. Category 5.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling like maybe you took my job.
Oh, I mean,
Category 5 storms, but you the weatherman?
yeah, it kind of happens like that sometimes.
Nah,
And of
man, I'm
course,
good, man. I'm happy to be here. Let's talk some football.
absolutely. And then, of course, Scout Extraordinaire Vic Jr. in the building. Vic, man, how you doing, man?
Hey man, just feeling good. Can't complain about anything in life. Um, Happy to be alive, of course, and looking forward to discussing the schedule, man. I mean, with this draft that just passed by, there's a lot of intriguing matchups now with some of the quarterback matchups, and just teams building off of what they got, in free agency and in the draft. So let's get right into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's start with some news around the league, everybody. Of course, first things first, let's start with that. Shouts out to the NFL for the schedule dropping today. They always do stuff to give us something to talk about. But we're gonna start with some intriguing news around the league. Let's start with Tim Tebow. Now, I'm going to give you guys the real truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me give y'all this NFL forecast on how this Tim Tebow situation is going to work. Weatherman reporting live. Hello, I'm Germ So True. Weatherman reporting viewers from the 22. Yeah. So what we have here is we have a Tim Tebow sighting in the Jacksonville area, Duval County area. It's gonna pretty much the storm is gonna pass us because he ain't gonna be on the field. He won't make the team. He may make the coaching staff. He hasn't even been signed yet. Don't trip. Do not fret. Let's not compare it to Kaepernick because it's not the same instance. We're talking about in life. They tell us this at a very young age. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Him and Urban Meyer are like this. They are very close. So what y'all have to understand is if y'all want to be upset about something, don't be upset that Urban Meyer thought enough of Tebow to say he wanted to bring him in for leadership purposes. That's what he thought of him as. I don't want to get into the whole other aspects of all the other narratives and things that we think because I don't think all of that's relevant. I don't think all of that's necessary because what we get into there is a slippery slope. And we start to go down in this rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole we start to go down in is one in which we're trying to figure out the racial sensitivity and what's privilege and what's not privilege in this country already as it is. We got a lot of trying times in the days ahead of us each and every day. So can we try to make sure that let's focus on some concrete things that we know that are not right and stop trying to focus on things and make narratives out of things that we don't need to make narratives about. This, I believe, is a who you know type of a hire, who you know type of a situation. It's nothing more than that. So I'm gonna pass it around the panel. Vic, I'm gonna start with you. Let's just talk about it for a brief second. I mean, like I said, what you know, who you know, but this is a who you know hire, in my opinion. Your thoughts
I
and
mean,
opinion.
yeah, I mean, you covered it pretty well, bro. I mean, there's not much to say about it. Nobody wants Tim Tebow as a quarterback for their football team. That's number one. So he got hired as a tight end, or he's getting signed as a tight end. And if you think he's going to make the squad as a tight end, then I don't know what to tell you. This looks more like, again, like Jerm said, this is a leadership thing, a locker room thing. Get these young kids that clearly, I mean, if you could look at this 53-man roster, Jerm, is there anybody that stands out to you as a leader in that roster right now? Calais
Uh,
maybe?
Miles
you know,
Miles Jack,
yeah.
Calais Campbell's in Baltimore. So Miles, you got
So
Miles Jack. Besides Miles Jack, I mean, you may have maybe somebody like Brandon Linder, the center
right,
or
one of the
whatever the
guards
case
and stuff
is.
like that. Yeah,
You know, things
center.
like that. But they don't have really a veteran quarterback, right?
Right,
They
right.
don't have a veteran tailback. They don't have veteran receivers.
They don't
They
have
don't
veteran
have veteran.
presence. Yeah,
They, they
period.
they don't. So
Right.
what you're
So
doing is you're trying to build a culture in a locker
right,
room right now
right.
that has a bunch of guys that are in their first, second, third, fourth, fifth year in the league, and then there
Right.
are some elder statesmen that may be around, a little bit longer than that. But we just got.
He's probably
I just want to be careful with that. You know,
yeah.
I
Right.
don't want to. I don't want to make everything about that because that's not always the case.
Right. And he's probably gonna say a prayer before practice.
Oh
You know what
well.
I'm saying? We all need prayer. The football team needs prayer. So I mean, it is what it is. And again, like you said, man, we can't be so sensitive to every single black and white thing. We should try to consolidate, for lack of a better word. What is the more necessary things we need to worry about when it comes to the issues between any kind of racial tension and stuff like that. When the Patriots signed Cam Newton, nobody mentioned Cap in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said, hey, because I'm pretty sure there's some people that would think Cap was a better quarterback. I do. I think Cap was a better quarterback. Nobody said, hey, they should have hired Cap over Cam. But because Cam is a black quarterback, we're gonna look away from that now. We gotta kind of, I don't know, we gotta kind of bring that tone down a little bit for certain things. Muted, bro.
Category 5. I actually would like to get your thoughts and opinions on this, and then we'll slide to Tanya. But I mean, what are some of your thoughts about the Tebow hire and situation?
Yeah, man. I think hire is a better word for it than sign.
Right.
It's really not that big a deal. Like both of you have already mentioned, Tebow is a great locker room presence. There's three things he's been known for throughout his career. He's a guy who's gonna, if he can put you in a position to win, he's not that good a quarterback, but he's a winner. He's a good athlete. He's a great locker room presence, and he's a bad quarterback. But but that's in my opinion 100% what it is. He wants to get this guy in the locker room and around his young guys. And I think it was Vic, you even mentioned earlier before we went live that he may even end up as part of the coaching staff.
Right.
Eventually.
Right.
But yeah, Tebow sighting with high probability of pink slips.
So Tanya, what are some of your thoughts and opinions about this as well for you?
Honestly, it's not that big, but I haven't really thought about it because it really wasn't
Big
anything
news.
to me. It was kind of like, oh, okay.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing that I just put a lot of thought into.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. So do you feel like so from your perspective, do you feel like the Tebow hire or the Tebow potential hire or signing, we'll call it hire or signing because he hasn't been signed, he hasn't been hired. Urban Meyer came out and said it today. I haven't signed him yet. I have to make a decision pretty soon on what I'm going to do in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But for a young football team, what else are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to go out and try to find veterans? Are you supposed to go out and do something else? Or do you try to keep your roster flexibility, kind of like what the Browns did? You keep your roster flexibility and you make your coaching staff your veteran presence and you go from there.
Yeah, that would be what I would do. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think he's not going to play, so it's not really. If he signed, I don't see him touching the field. So
if he
I'd be
plays,
shocked.
that would be an extreme high, like that'll be something extreme. If
Hey,
Tim Tebow ends up playing,
he made it to the AAA level for the Mets organization, so I guess you could never rule anything out for this.
But it's the Mets. You know what? Never
I
mind.
mean, come on.
Sorry,
It's
I'm sorry.
AAA.
I'm sorry.
It's AAA though. It's AAA. That's a high level.
And let me say this: they haven't traded Gardner Minshew. So it's not even a foregone conclusion that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the starting quarterback day one. There's still going to be a quarterback competition potentially. So with that being said, I mean, we just gonna be honest about the situation before we move on. The mustache could still win the job over baloney face.
as he should.
Really, Jeremy?
What I'm saying, baloney face is what they call it when you don't got no facial hair.
Oh my God, yo.
The mustache over the baloney face. What you
He
mean?
like
That's what they call. That's what they call people
Oh
with
my
no
God.
facial hair. Baloney face. What you mean?
that dude.
Hey,
Like
man.
Oh, I will never call him Sunshine again.
Hey.
He's baloney face from now on.
Hey. I'm just saying, look, everybody in the comments, I want what y'all to do. I want y'all to understand that was not a bad thing. I'm just simply saying that that's what they call people with no facial hair. Baloney face. But it's cool.
Hey,
right.
before we move on, I just want to say that I really hope this is the last conversation we have to have about this unless he makes the 53.
I agree with you 150% because I'm not willing to have the conversation because at the end of the day, I mean, we still got to go through preseason. Tim Tebow had, and if we want to go technical and get technical, Tim Tebow didn't have a bad preseason when he played for the Eagles in 15. He actually was pretty damn good in the preseason for the Eagles. He didn't end up making the team, and here we are today. So with that being said, the next thing and the next order of business as we continue to go, shouts out to real quick. Shouts out to everybody in the comments. I see Jorge. I see Nick on Facebook, and of course, I see Leon and I see our guy Trav. Shouts out to you guys. Thanks for joining. But the beautiful thing about this is we do have some athletes that are being proactive in the communities. And the beautiful part about this is New Orleans Saints defensive end, outside linebacker Cam Jordan has put his money where his mouth is. He's donating over $100,000 to police training, and that's what he has designated it for. I love this for two reasons. The two reasons why I love it, number one, is if you feel passionate enough about something, eventually you're going to be willing to spend your money on it. But also, if you feel passionate about something and you're having the right mindset about certain things, you know that the only way things get done is if somebody takes a step in that direction. And we have to be willing to take a step in the right direction when it comes to the police brutality, when it comes to things dealing with police officers. So I like what he did here. I don't like the backlash that he's getting because the people think feelings about, racism and everything else like that. Let's not turn this into a race thing. Let's turn this into what it really is. This is somebody trying to influence his community and get the training so we can alleviate some of those excuses and some of those narratives of the police do not have sufficient training. And if they don't have sufficient training, then what is a better way to do that than for you to donate to your community and try to get that rectified? So Vic, as I pass it over to you, what are some of the things that you think from this? And what are some positives and maybe some negatives that you may have with this and things like that?
No, I mean, I think it's awesome that he's doing that, bro. Because, like, a lot of people are looking at it like the police should be completely abolished. Like, the fact that that's even something people talk about is incredible. And, so it is true. They do need a lot more training. When you listen to the Navy SEALs talk about the police training in this country, they said that, I heard one guy say that they only get like 5 to 6 hours a year into serious combat training. And that's pathetic, so if you can help that, if you got the money to help fund that, because obviously the country is not doing a good enough job doing it, then go ahead and do that. Why is that such a bad thing? I'm saying? We still need the police to police the areas, to police our towns, police our cities. So, I mean, not everybody's going to do that job, and not everybody's a bad cop. So, hey, man, like, more power to him for doing that. He's showing leadership, because that dude has always been a leader everywhere he's gone, through high school, college, and in the NFL. And now he's showing leadership in his community. He should be not getting any backlash from it.
Tanya, I'm gonna go to you first, then I'm gonna come to category 5. Things like this is stuff that we want to see in the community, because the only other steps in a direction is, obviously we can say we will want to see more African American or Black officers. But when you see the athletes take that step in a direction, how does that directly make you feel?
I think it's dope because it's a lot of money put towards the other side of it, but there's not really a lot of money spent on the police. So I think that was something that I think that was a good thing because not a lot of people even taking them into consideration, which I get, I understand why, but I think it was a step in the right direction though.
Category 5. Me and you have had some conversations, especially on our road trip, about things like this. And when we talk about this type of thing, and we say, "Hey, we know that it's wrong. We know that this certain things need to stop." But we also said to ourselves, "What are some things that maybe we can do on our end to try to get some better results?" So as we move in the right direction with somebody taking this step forward, what's something that you would what's something that you look at in this situation, in this scenario, that you say, I appreciate this more, or maybe I don't appreciate this, if for lack of better terms, because I would like to have everybody's perspective on what they really feel about somebody donating to a cause like this.
I honestly, I think it's great in more than one way. You know, if lack of training is a problem, it helps alleviate that problem. And if it's not, then it takes away lack of training as being an excuse when things go wrong. Nobody can lean on that as a crutch anymore if these guys are actually getting the training that they need. So now they got to act right or get prosecuted.
The thing is, man, it's there's so many it's so many politics involved. Obviously, unfortunately, that's how this country it runs. You know, the more training a cop needs, the more the money that you're gonna have to pay them. I mean, right now they give what they, a cop's solid salary for what they have to do is not great. You know what I'm saying? So the more training you put them through, the more they have to stay in shape, the more money they're gonna have to require to pay. So it's so many politics involved, and I mean, for somebody that's trying to be helpful to the community in that way, it should be looked upon as a great thing.
Well, the thing about that is there's so much money in the police budget going to unnecessary things that
Of course.
that's a very easily solvable problem.
Right. Right. But politics, man. Politics.
It's not, but see, it's not even just politics. What it starts to become to me in this situation is we make excuses for things that we want to make excuses for. Let's call it what it is. When we make an excuse for something, when for example, if our child does something that we know that they shouldn't do, we know our child's character. So we'll make an excuse for why they did it, knowing damn well that we know that they shouldn't have did it. It's not because we're not being anything but sympathetic or empathetic in that particular situation. Now take that same sympathy and empathy and flip it and apply it on the other end, and then ask that person how they would feel. And then if you can't do that, if you can't apply sympathy and empathy to somebody else to say, you know what, I can see how this may be a problem for you, then that in itself is where we take this whole part of being human, and we take it and we ball it up and we throw it in the trash, because that means you're being selective in what you want to be sympathetic and empathetic towards. Jobs are not more important than people, because people occupy the jobs. People are the reason why there are jobs, currency, money, all these different things. If you don't take care of the people who occupy or who use or utilize these different resources and things, then at the end of the day, you're not doing anything but causing a bigger problem. Right. Because the people are the center and are the forefront of everything that we do. Put the people first. Don't put the job first. Don't put the badge first. Put the people first.
People first, yeah.
It's listen, the forecast says we're gonna have people till the day that we die. And when we die, somebody else is replacing us. So at the end of the day, people is not only is something people that you have to continue to invest in people, but people is also something that we have to make sure that we start to try to understand people more. This is why there's a study of psychology. Shouts out to Tanya. She's one of those people. Study of psychology and people's mental health, mental awareness, making sure that you're aware that other people have feelings and other people have desires as well. There's no such thing as a one-way street. Every street has two ways. So there's right and there's wrong. If somebody's wrong, it's okay to be wrong. But consequences come with wrong behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to accept your consequence for your behavior? Cause and effect. So, as we wrap that up, we're going to jump into the schedule for this year. Now, this is why we love the schedule from this year. I've already looked at some of the schedule. I probably went through half of it already. It's some things in here that I like. It's some weeks that y'all better not even call my phone. I don't even want to talk to nobody. I just want to watch football. I'm getting ready to order 2 more TVs as we speak, just for some of these weeks, because we're gonna have every TV working in my household, and I will have them up like this will be BW Germs. Now, I am a big fan of all of the great things that are going to, because we can make them wings now. Look at the flick of the wrist,
better than they make them at BW.
Yeah, exactly. Because I get to put the flour on them and add that little extra to it, But the beautiful thing is, in this particular situation, is we got the whole schedule. I'm on NFL.com. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go through every week. And then after that, we'll wrap up the show. We're going to try to go through it kind of smoothly and with a little bit of pace. But I want everybody here to point out games that they're interested in. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to actually go around the horn and make it real organized. So I'm going to go around the horn every week, and we're going to let everybody point out a game that they like. In the comments, if you like a couple of games yourself, I will shout you out, of course. I got y'all back. Y'all ready to go?
Let's do it.
Weatherman, what's on the forecast for week 1? Week 1. We start off the season with Cowboys and Bucks. I love this matchup.
It's gonna be a disaster.
I'm here for this for 2 reasons. Because we got Dak we got new money Dak, and then we got new and improved Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a year under their belt, winning the whole thing last year. This matchup should be interesting. Vic, any objections? And I'll let everybody chime in, and then we'll go down through the schedule.
I mean, I think it's going to be interesting because you're going to have a healthy Cowboy football team to start the year. God willing. You're going to get Dak back. He's going to be a force with the offensive line getting healthy and Zeke in that running game. Of course, the pass catchers, the defense is improved, especially with their number 1 with their first round pick. So this should be a solid, fun matchup for week 1. I expect the Buccaneers to win by a good chunk, but it should, the Cowboys should at least keep it interesting for first couple quarters.
Storms, what are your thoughts
on Cowboys Bucks?
Yes.
I think it's going to be a good game to start out the season. Kind of wish I was going to be watching somebody other than the Cowboys, but that's okay. I am interested to see how Dak plays with his new money, and
back from injury.
Also excited to see the Bucks get back to work.
Tanya?
So first, I was just gonna say first. Isn't it the first returning champion that's brought every starter back?
Yep, in NFL history.
Yeah. So I want to see what happens when the league has a whole year of blueprint on that exact personnel.
Tanya?
All right. Y'all can sugarcoat this. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. This is about to be a whole disaster. I don't get me wrong, I like Dak. I'm excited to see him back. But it's not. It's about to be. They're gonna win. Tampa's gonna win by a lot. A lot. I'm not even finna sugarcoat this for nobody because this is not gonna end well.
Fair.
And we're not doing training camps, right?
Everything's gonna go down. Like no training camp?
Some of these folks are not going to go through the training camps or anything like that.
We're not having it. That's why I'm asking.
Oh wow, the Steelers are not. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought everything was going to be on schedule from mini camps, OTAs, all the way down. But I guess I got to catch up on the news there.
Yeah. So they just throwing Dak and them out there. It's not gonna end well.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Training camp is such an important thing. That actually
Mm-hmm.
changes my thoughts on some of these rookie quarterbacks as well. Then, if that's the case, but yeah, I mean, it's just this is obviously one of those rating games because the Cowboys are always going to draw a lot of attention, and then of
Yep.
course Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champion. So that
Mm-hmm.
it's a genius move by the NFL right now.
Absolutely.
Got you. So as we scroll down the schedule here, is there any games? I'm gonna start with you, Vic. Any games here that you see that you enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, that Chargers and Washington game jumps out the screen at me. I'm excited for that Washington football team, man. That we saw them make the playoffs last season. Of course, they ran into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and that played one of their best games that year. They were able to shut down Chase Young, but overall, that pass rush, that front seven is going to be impressive. They're going to get a little older, a little bit more smarter, a little bit more experience under their belts. Hopefully, the Chargers' new offensive line is ready for that matchup because we're going to see what their offensive line can do. And that's going to be a good starting point for them to see what they can do in terms of protecting Justin Herbert, who had an outstanding rookie year. So that should be a fun matchup, man. You got, Ryan Fitzpatrick quarterbacking for Washington as well. So that should be a fun matchup there, Chargers, Washington football team.
Tanya, do you have any game here that you feeling?
The Bills. I'm ready for all the smoke. I want
Oh.
that rematch.
You want the rematch? Okay.
I want it.
Category
Mhm.
5, if you're there, I'm gonna let you pick one as
He's
well. I'm gonna get y'all right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in perspective.
I was
We got
about
the
to
Chiefs
say
and
that was my next
Browns.
game. That was my next game. I want to see that. Like that, I gotta see.
Sign me up for the whole week 1.
Yes, we wanted to
Every
win.
one of these matchups is something interesting.
It's
First of
fire.
all,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about who the Texans have. I just care about everybody beating them. I'm gonna give y'all a bet a bet right now. Bet that the Texans don't win a game this year.
I'm for it. I take that. I'm for that because they won't. I don't see
Yeah.
them winning that one. I don't see them winning that one.
Is that so? Starting off with the Jaguars getting their first win of the year.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I'll
then
take
after
that
we
bet just because one win, why not?
one win, okay. See, that's good. But I'm gonna bet against them every game. So with that
Every
being
week.
said,
Free Deshaun.
I
Go
like this Seahawks matchup with the Colts. I think this Zach Wilson versus Sam Darnold versus old Jets team is gonna be a good matchup.
Yep.
Mhm.
Vikings versus the Bengals is good. Kyler Murray versus the Tennessee Titans defense. I think that's gonna be intriguing as well. San Fran, we're gonna get to see Jimmy G and that team come back against the now Jared Goff led Lions. That should be interesting in itself. Steelers, Bills, we talked about that one. The Falcons and the Eagles. This game is going to be a fun game for 2 reasons. Number one, I expect a lot of yards in this game.
Mhm.
But not only do I expect a lot of yards, man, I expect a lot of touchdowns. I expect
Yep.
whoever win this game to kick off their season the right way. And they still neither one ain't still gonna be SH, but it's gonna be all right. So with that being said, Chiefs, Browns, obviously, we are here for this. Browns got one of the 3 best teams on paper in the NFL.
Give me the Browns.
They do.
Give me the Browns to start the Chiefs up on an 0-1, 0 for 1 to start the season.
Okay, Vic. So Green Bay and the Saints, we don't know who the quarterbacks are for these 2 teams yet.
Damn.
That's why that's
that.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but Vic, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has made it clear he does not. We don't know if he want to be there or not.
Let's see if he's really about that. Let's see if he's really about that life.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Broncos, Giants, sign me up. I like all of the supporting casts in this game. Just sign me up. Dolphins,
I'm
Pats.
here for this Dolphins Patriots. Yes.
Sign me up.
Give me See, and that's what I was saying about the rookie quarterbacks, Tanya. And in terms of are they going to get OTAs? Are they going to get mini camps? Are they going to get training camp? Because I would love to see Mac and Tua kicking off the year.
I would love that. That is the game.
Because I just again I like Mac a lot. I think he can start over Cam immediately. But of course, it's going to be important for him as a rookie to get some of that time in before the season starts. So we'll see what happens if the Patriots are going to hold any kind of training camp.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't researched anybody else's team to see. I just know that because I usually go to training camp. So I know that we're not having it. I don't know about everybody else.
Interesting.
And Bears, Rams, and then we end the first week with the Ravens and the Raiders.
Why is that a night game? Okay, go ahead. Somebody else take it. I don't know what about it.
We ain't gonna talk too far about it. We're gonna listen. We need more people to talk about that game. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slide down to week two. Week two as it loads. Look, now week one, as I told y'all, don't call my phone. Week one, don't call me. I won't pick up. Now, week two, we get a little bit more sensible. We start off with FC Washington hosting the Giants. We go to the Patriots, the Jets, Broncos, Jags, Bills, Dolphins, that's a good division game.
That's a good game.
We get San Fran to go into Philly. We get the Rams and the Colts. I think this is a very interesting game. The Raiders and the Steelers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is another good matchup in general because I think the Raiders are gonna be able to run the football, and as long as the Raiders can run the football, the game will always be interesting for them. Bengals Bears. This is gonna be interesting. Texans Browns. I don't want to talk about it. The Saints and the Panthers. Teddy B is no longer here, but we got Sam Darnold versus either Mormon Tebow or Eat the W. Mr. Eat the W, I hope he's the starter of this team, but we'll see. Vikings with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray versus Kirk Cousins. We got Matty Ice versus the GOAT. We got Ryan Tannehill versus Russell Wilson. Cowboys Chargers should be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this Chargers team is healthy. KC and Baltimore.
Sign me up. Me up. I'm ready for this right here.
All right. So let me put this into perspective right now. Shout out to Dennis King in the comments. Dennis, if y'all don't beat Kansas City this year, I want you and every Ravens fan to buy a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
35-14 Chiefs.
Hey,
thank you. I'm with that. That sounds like
these folks about to get these folks about to get their ass kicked.
And that's a night game.
Yeah.
See,
so the whole world can see.
Kansas City, the last time y'all played Kansas City at night, they whooped y'all ass.
Mm-hmm.
More about y'all 6-23.
Last season, y'all let 250 fans in the stands to watch this book. Y'all let 250 people in the stands to watch this.
And then Monday night, we got the Lions and the Packers.
I think that'll be a good game.
It should be, because we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is playing. Any games on the schedule stand out to you guys?
He went through it, so
none that you didn't already talk about, kind of.
All right, well, listen. I said we was gonna flow.
Let's remember that we got 17 games too this season, right? So
we got extra season.
Yeah, we got extra football.
They don't even deserve prime time. Skip it. Go ahead. Next game.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna skip the Thursday night game because nobody wants to see the Texans. But Colts Titans, always an interesting division game. Falcons and Giants, the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to start this season off in a very interesting situation. So I'm here for all of this and all the adversity.
Tanya, we're not going to see much of that game, though.
I know.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So, I'm just going to say this now. This division is going to be decided with who's the healthiest and who plays up to their potential. That's just what it comes down to in the AFC North. So I'm here for all the AFC North games until somebody starts slowing out.
It's gonna
We
be a
know
lot
who
of
that's gonna
fun.
be. Go
Me and
ahead.
Tanya are gonna say 9 million mean things to each other.
Right.
Y'all too petty for me. I can't do it. The Bears and the Browns, another very, very interesting game right here in itself. Ravens and the Lions, the Saints and the Patriots. So
That's
that should
it.
be interesting. Washington and Buffalo. I actually like this matchup a lot.
I'm looking at this Jets and Broncos game. I feel like that's gonna be
Man.
a very good game.
It probably, you know why it possibly could be, because at this time we may have Teddy B as the starter, and we may get to get some good stuff from that program at that time. I guess I said program because we don't know what exactly the forecast is in Denver right now. Just being honest. So Seahawks and Vikings. The Vikings have improved their offensive line. So Seahawks, if you can't stop the run, it's gonna be early, and it's gonna be a very, very, very interesting one.
Yep.
Bucks and Rams. Yes, I'm with Trav, my guy in the comments. Shouts out to him. Sign me up. Packers and 49. The last time the Packers seen the 49ers, they got their ass kicked.
Basically.
So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna see.
Last time the Buccaneers saw the Rams, Rams kind of gave them some issues. So we're gonna see a little rematch on that one.
Yep, and this should be interesting in itself. And the Rams offense should be quote unquote more dynamic, and the Bucks offense is gonna be more dynamic, quote unquote. So we should have fun. And then the Eagles and the Cowboys. We're going to week 4. Let's see.
By the way, has anybody talked to Tom Brady and asked him which running back he'd like the Bengals to draft for him next?
Oh man. He does take all the Bengals running backs, doesn't he?
He does, man. Corey Dillon, Rex Burkhead, now Gio.
Yep, sure does. You know what? He always gets the best out of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we can stop talking about it now.
Okay, I got you. So we got Jags, Bengals. Then we kick off the Sunday games. Titans, Jets. Kansas City finally gets a week where they could chill week 2.
So they can relax.
Yeah. They can relax against the Eagles because ain't nobody worried about the Eagles. Panthers, Cowboys could be a interestingly slaw game. Giants and Saints. I like the matchup here. Then we got Kirk Cousins versus his son, Baker Mayfield.
Kirk Cousins versus Baker Cousins.
Yes, yep. Then we got the Lions and the Bears, Texans, Bills, Colts, Dolphins should be interesting. Seattle for the 49ers is your deity right now because you can't beat them for some reason. It's gonna be harder because they still good. Then we got the Cardinals, we got Kyler Murray and versus the Rams. This your game right here, Tanya.
I know.
Depending on who the quarterback is, we should get a good one.
I plan on going to that one, so I might or might not be on the show. I'll be reporting live.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's gonna get the Tanya Andrews on. Ravens, Broncos, and then we get Buccaneers.
That's the game Patriots. I've been waiting for.
We get Tom returning to Foxborough, and then we get a division rivalry game for the Monday night game. Man, you got some good games on these schedule, man.
Yeah.
I got some good sign me up games.
Tanya, you got to get a front row seat so you can be our sideline reporter.
You think I won't? I sure will.
TB12 and his company already preparing posts about it on Facebook. Check it out everywhere, obviously.
Rams, Seahawks to start the week. Sign me up. Yep. Jets and the Falcons. With all of the weapons that the Jets have, I'm hoping by this time during this year that they figure out who the quarterback is so we can get the Zach Wilson era started. Falcons, I mean, obviously we know what y'all are. Let's see if y'all by this time y'all 1-4 or 0-4 or 5, whatever. So Lions, Vikings, Saints, Washington football team. This is a strength on strength matchup. Patriots, Texans, goodbye. Dolphins, Bucks should be interesting. Green Bay, Bengals, Broncos, Steelers. Sign me up, Browns and the Chargers.
Yes. Yes.
Herbert versus Baker, patty cake, Baker's man.
You know, I'm Team Sherbert all day.
And then we got 49ers traveling to the desert to play against Arizona. Bills and Chiefs as the primetime game. And we get the Colts and Ravens on Monday Night Football.
Tanya, looks like the Patriots. Hello, Tanya. Looks like it looks like the Patriots are they waited for the schedule to come out to then show what their training camp schedule is going to be. So
okay,
it looks like they'll have some camp.
Buccaneers, Eagles. Finally, the Buccaneers get the rest. Dolphins and Jags.
Sign me up for that. Right
Chiefs
there.
And the Washington football team. Rams,
that could be a sneaky
Giants.
good game.
It could, if it could, very well could be. Texans, Colts, whatever, because the Texans is involved. Anytime they involve, I don't want to see
right. Next game.
Bengals, Lions, Packers, Bears. That's always a good one. Chargers, Ravens. The Chargers is another one of those teams. The Chargers is another one of those teams that the Ravens seem to forecast a lot of linebackers, a lot of safeties, and a lot of Lamar running. So I forecast about 400 yards of total offense for Baltimore, but 6 points.
Got a lot of good early matchups for the Chargers.
Vikings, Panthers. We get Kyler Murray versus Baker. Oh, we get Baker versus Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. All right, Patriots, Cowboys, Seahawks, Steelers. This should be a good one. And then we get Bills, Titans on Monday night. See, these weeks this looks like good football now.
Right.
Everything look good. Everything look all good now.
Right. So they start playing like shit.
4 months before the season starts.
I know, right? Broncos, Browns. This should be a good one.
That's a very good one.
Especially on a short week. And then we get Panthers, Giants, Jets, Patriots, Chiefs, and Titans. Now, the last time these two teams played, we know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Got kind of emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want y'all to know, man, this is going to be the Ryan Tannehill year, whether we say, hey, he's our guy or he's not. So they may be in the running for a quarterback by this time next year, potentially. Just want to let y'all know. Washington football team versus Green Bay. If there is one thing that Aaron, arrogant man Rodgers struggles against, is good front sevens. And this is going to be the time in which we know if Aaron Rodgers is playing or not, because Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy to come back and be ready by week 6 or something, just to make it a dramatic expression. Bengals, Ravens, Storms. I just want you to know.
Oh, go ahead.
Y'all need to do something this year. Y'all got to at least paint them because last year it was bad.
See, this one I got circled because from everything I've seen, worst case scenario, this will be Joe's return. So this is the week we should 100% have Joe Burrow in uniform and on the field.
Okay. All right. And then Bucks and the Bears. The Bears and the Bucks, they had a good game the last time. So we're going to see that one. Colts, 49ers.
I know we skipped over it, but I really kind of want to see this Cardinals Texas game because you done traded your whole team to the Cardinals and now you got to play them. So I kind of want to see that.
I mean, and
you
then we got
because
Saints,
you know it's going to be Cardinals by 40.
Exactly.
Man, we better hope the Cardinals win by 40 because you know how these folks act. We're on week 8. We got 10 more weeks left, y'all, after this week. Packs, Cardinals. That should be an interesting way to start the week. Bengals, Jets. Titans, Colts. Rams, whatever. Steelers Browns.
Bring me the smoke.
This is a game that should be. This should be a shootout. We should have fun with this game. 49ers Bears. This should be a slugfest.
Yes.
Forecast suggests 35 points total. Panthers Falcons, Dolphins Bills. Good division game. Patriots Chargers. This should be a good one as well. Jags Seahawks. On top of that, we also get the Bucks and the Saints. This is the first time they'll meet for the year. And we get the Giants and the Chiefs to finish it off. I'm not really going to play into a lot of these other games, man. These games look kind of slow. Okay. Week 9. We up for week 9. Nice little flow. All right, kick off the week, Jets, Colts. Then we go down to AFC South fight, Falcons and the Saints. Broncos, Cowboys. Patriots, Panthers. Vikings versus the Ravens. This should be a good one. Browns, Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be at that one.
It's a possibility we may be able to make that one. Bills, Jags. We ain't gonna skip this game. We're gonna skip this game. Green Bay and Kansas City. This is the Super Bowl that y'all said y'all wanted. So hopefully the Aaron Rodgers is playing. Kyler Murray get to play the 49ers, and the Titans are playing the Rams. And the Monday night game is the Bears and the Steelers.
Yeah.
Week 10. Dolphins, Ravens. Dolphins, y'all owe them an ass whooping from the last time they was there. They put up 50 on y'all folks.
Show the hell do.
Bucks, you get to see this team again this year. They got a little bit better team. So this should be an interesting game. I actually think the AFC East is going to be interesting this year all the way around, because I think every team should be able to compete and win at least 7 games. Falcons.
I want to see this rematch.
Owe them.
I want to see the Falcons Cowboys.
Because y'all let these folks come back on y'all and win.
Y'all, I'm sorry, I almost said the F word. Y'all messed this game up so bad, Atlanta. I need to see that again.
Browns, Patriots. For some reason, the Browns can never beat the Patriots, so we'll see what happens here. Vikings, Chargers, Seahawks, and Green Bay. The Pat Mahomes kryptonite, the Raiders. And then we get Rams, 49ers as the Monday night game. That should be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Week 11. Big Shot, she do want to cuss real bad. That's what she want to do.
I almost did. I almost said the F word. I was gonna say the Falcons F that game up, but I try to get myself back together.
Patriots and Falcons. Starting the Thursday night off. Saints, Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, Washington, Panthers. We got the Colts and the Bills. This should be a good one right here. Lions, Browns, 49ers, Jags. We're going to skip this game. Packers and the Vikings. The Vikings are one of those teams this year. By this point in the season, I expect them to be starting to hit their stride with all of the pieces that they have, barring if they're healthy. Ravens, Bears. Y'all, we're going to see what y'all all about this year, because y'all got some teams this year that y'all are going to have to see if you guys are going to be able to slow them down offensively, and this should be interesting for those purposes. We're going to skip this game only because I really feel like by this time in the season, we're going to be able to really know who both of these teams are. And that's going to be important, because for the Bengals, we're looking at health. For the Raiders, we're just looking at what your personnel is going to look like. How is this personnel how's the personnel that you brought in going to be faring, at this point in the season? And then we get Cardinals, Seahawks, which should be a good one. They played each other extremely close. Chargers and the Steelers. This is a great game right here. And this should be another good shootout. Cowboys and the
I'll
Chiefs.
be reporting. I'll be reporting live from that one also because I got to see SoFi Stadium in person. I'll be reporting live.
Okay. Giants, Bucks to end the week.
We've only skipped like one Chargers game so far.
Because the Chargers is one of those games, is one of those teams that I think that they're one of the better teams that I said they was one of my top 5 teams coming into the year. I think they have an extensive amount of talent on that roster. They're going to get Derwin James back, which is going to change a lot. So I'm here for this.
That's one of my sleeper picks. I'm Team Sherbert all day.
Thursday. This is Thanksgiving. So thanks for giving me a win.
So it's a trip, yeah.
Thanks for giving me a win, Detroit. Thanks for giving me a win. Saints. It's probably gonna be the Saints here. They're probably gonna lose. I don't know who's gonna win here. Don't get me started. Somebody farted.
I know. I see for those. I know that second game. I know more about like week 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we don't know.
So this right here is the Mo Schefter game because it's the baby goat versus the goat because that's what he said. So are we here for this? Then we got the Jets and the Texans, Eagles, the Giants, Panthers, Dolphins, Titans, Patriots. This would be an interesting game. Vrabel versus Belichick. Back to the Steelers and the Bengals. We're going to skip this game. We're going to skip this game too because by this time I think the Broncos ain't going to be worth SH. Rams, Packers. This should be interesting. Vikings, 49ers. This is a very, very interesting and intriguing game. Browns. Y'all know what y'all supposed to do. If y'all don't take care of business this year, I ain't got much holler for y'all. Seahawks, Washington, Monday night. Is Russ going to be running for his life for 4 quarters? The forecast suggests yes.
Yes, he absolutely is.
What's real quick? What's 17 times 4? He's gonna be running for his life for 68 quarters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it's gonna feel.
Good.
Cowboys, Saints, Giants, Dolphins, Colts, Texans, Vikings, Lions, Eagles, Jets, Broncos, Chiefs, Cardinals, Bears, Chargers, Bengals.
Yes,
Bucks, Falcons.
We were robbed of Burrow versus Herbert last year.
Mm-hmm.
FC Washington versus the Raiders, Jags, Rams, Ravens, Steelers, 49ers, and the Seahawks and Patriots, Bills on Monday night. Week 14, about 4 weeks left. Steelers, Vikings. That's how we kick off the week.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, Washington. Frisco, Bengals. Jags, Titans. Seahawks, Texans. Raiders, Chiefs. Saints, Jets. Falcons, Panthers. Ravens and Browns. It's a quick turnaround for the Ravens and Browns again. Giants, Chargers. Lions, Broncos. Josh Allen versus Brady. Interesting. Bears versus the Packers. And then we get the Rams and the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Chargers to kick off the week. Cowboys, Giants. Texans, Jags. Titans, Steelers. Packers, Ravens. Cardinals, Lions. Bengals, Broncos. Falcons, 49ers. Seahawks, Rams. Saints, Bucks. Vikings, Bears. Jets, Dolphins. FC Washington and the Eagles. Raiders, Browns. Panthers, Bills. And Patriots, Colts. Right, 3 weeks left in the season. '49ers, Titans. Browns versus the Packers. This should be very interesting.
On Christmas.
Mm-hmm. What do the lonely do at Christmas? And then you get Colts and Cardinals as well on Christmas. So then Sunday we get Giants, Eagles, Rams, Vikings, Bills, Patriots, Bucks, Panthers, Jags, Jets, Lions, Falcons, Chargers, Texans, Ravens, Bengals, Bears, Seahawks, Steelers, and the Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, FC Washington versus the Cowboys, and Dolphins, Saints to close out the week.
Why is that a Monday night game? Go ahead.
They gotta, trying to get everybody in on the Monday night game side, I guess, this year.
But you ain't gotta waste people's time
So,
like that.
question. Are the bye weeks working the same and then everybody plays both week 17 and 18?
I don't know. That's something that we'll see as the
think
season
so.
goes along. And then we got Eagles, FC Washington, Panthers, Saints, Bucks, Jets, Dolphins, Titans, Jags, Patriots, Raiders, Colts, Chiefs, Bengals, Giants, Bears, Falcons, Bills, Cardinals, Cowboys, Texans, 49ers. Wow. Broncos, Chargers, Rams, and the Ravens. Lions, Seahawks, Vikings, and the Packers. And then Monday, Browns and the Steelers to close the week. And then week 18, the illustrious week 18 game, last week of the season. I don't know what Vic is doing in the corner, but it's okay.
Nobody can see me but y'all.
I see. So Cowboys, Eagles, Packers, Lions, Colts, Jags, Washington Giants.
Stop. That game right there, Washington Giants, that's going to be to determine the division right there.
Who wins the division? It always is.
Put it on the board.
Is.
No, it's not.
Hell yeah. It's going to be.
Watch it. Don't be. Watch either Washington or
the NFC East always come down to the last week of the season. Because who want to win this week?
Right. But I'm pointing out this game specifically.
Those two.
Because I think that the Giants and Washington, whatever they call, are going to be the top two teams in the division. That's my prediction.
Whatever they call.
Bears, Vikings, Panthers, Bucks, Patriots, Dolphins.
Give him a break, Tanya. It's his first time he didn't say Redskins.
I
Titans,
still say
Texans.
it. I still say it.
Steelers and the Ravens to close the season out. Jets and Bills, Bengals and Browns.
Hey, you know we got to go to that game too.
We may have to. Chargers, Raiders, 49ers and the Rams, Chiefs, Broncos, and the last game of the NFL season is the Seahawks and the Cardinals. So
now why the hell you make that the last game? Okay, come
on. I mean, that's what we got. So, with everything that we've seen so far, I mean, how are you guys feeling? I mean, do you feel like your teams are going to be able to be successful this year? I'm going to start with you, Storms. How are you feeling about the Bengals this year? Give me a prediction on what you feel like your record is going to be.
That is going to depend entirely on the health of Joe Burrow. If he goes from week 1, give me a night. Give me a floor of 8-8.
No. There's one more game.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
Yeah, so it won't be 8-8.
Okay, all right.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to say.
All right, no, let's go optimistic. I'm gonna say 9-8 is the floor, and 11-6 is the ceiling probably for this first full year. If he is not healthy, if he's not there week 1, it depends on when he gets back.
Lower the floor.
All right, Tanya, your Steelers. How are you feeling? I think she froze on me.
I feel like they try to play us, but it was cool.
I was like, she clearly don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was staring at German. There you go. Go ahead.
No,
great.
I feel like they try to play us, but it's cool. It's cool. I feel like because we had one of the easiest schedules last year, they tried to not I was gonna say the F word. They tried to screw us. But with that being said, I see I'm looking.
You good?
I'm gonna say at the worst, the floor would be I say at worst 11-6.
Wow.
I say at best. I say at best.
Hey, they got a new running game too over there on Najee. That's gonna be exciting.
13.
13-4.
Yes. So I say at the best 13-4. At the worst 11-6. I mean 12-6. Whatever that shit is. However that shit is.
Whatever that stuff is. Okay. Vic, do you have any team that you want to put a record up for?
I don't got a football team. You know what I'm saying? I cheer for the whole league. So
go ahead and do it for the Cowboys, bro.
I guess. Yeah.
You got to do them, man. You did that. You gave us that shock with the Browns last year, and you were right.
Well, I was gonna go with the Browns too, but Germ threw the Cowboys at me, so I guess I'll throw the Browns at him. He's trying to say he's not trying to claim them anymore either.
I'm
apparently,
not claiming them.
So I'll put those two records out for now. I hate predicting records, but since we got an extra game, I think the ceiling for the Cowboys is 12-5, and I could also see them going 6-11. So, that's a big spread there, but that's their floor. The Browns, man, listen, I got the Browns like 14-3, Germ. I think they could win 14 games this season. And maybe their floor is like 10-7.
Man.
The thing is, they legit could. The question is, will they? Because they could have last year too.
They also lose a lot of close games, so they could also
exactly
be
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they lose
right.
a lot of close games.
It could be flips. It could be the flip side for them this time. That roster.
Just so I can be fair. I'm gonna pick the Vikings as my first team to talk about. I think the Vikings can go 10-7 and make the playoffs this year at worst. And I think they have the roster to at least be able to go 12-5 with their ceiling. Just make the playoffs and get in. I'm going to also do the 49ers. If everything goes right with Jimmy G as the quarterback, and you notice I said Jimmy G, I'm going to predict that they go at least 12-5.
The least
the Niners.
Yes. 12-5. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I think they either win. Otherwise, I think they could realistically win 13, 14 games. They have the roster to do it.
I hope they stay healthy because I want Jimmy to prove he's a top 10 quarterback. So,
and then of course I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the Bucks because the Bucks just have to be done. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just a team that we just want to get in. So we're gonna do a 11-6 as the ceiling. I mean, excuse me, as the floor.
Oh,
Mhm.
And then after that, we're going for the next thing. I can see them winning 13, 14 games too.
yeah, of course. I can see them
So
going undefeated.
no, I don't think about that.
I
I
can
don't think
see
about
I
that.
can see
I'm
both
not
of
gonna
them
say that.
and the Chiefs winning 15.
Yeah, I mean the only reason they might lose one game is because they're gonna be resting the starters the last 2 weeks or something. Both
The
teams.
reason why I say because going undefeated is so hard and pointless.
Yeah, and you got an extra game to
Mhm.
play with.
So it's kind of hard. But
Real quick, we got Trav with a shot. What is it? Oh yeah, they beat the Steelers when they counted the most. Talking about the Browns, Tanya. I don't know if you see that comment, but you know, he's telling
Really,
the truth.
Trav? Y'all have not won in 25 years, and you because y'all won now you want to talk shit, Trav?
Wait, 21 years? 20 years?
Whatever,
That's
20 plus.
funny.
I know I only had 2 kids at that point. Now I got 3.
Dang.
Hmm.
Talk about it.
well, I see where this conversation is not gonna go tonight. So with that being said, now that we have done that, I want you guys to leave your prediction of your team in the comments. Make sure you do that. We will give feedback to you. Again, man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. The
I
scene
want to see Dennis
news from the
predict.
22. Yeah, we're gonna get Dennis predict. Don't worry, we're gonna get him. The scene, all of the social media followings and everything like that will be in the comments. So make sure you guys check those out and everything else like that. We got Vic, we got Category 5, we got Tanya, Weatherman Germ So True in the building. This has been a Views from the 22 exclusive NFL calendar. Came out today. We wanted to go ahead and slide it to you guys so you guys can get the preview. That being said, from Views from the 22 on the scene, we're out.